Welcome back today for another episode of the Green Corner. And with the show name, you really cannot have a better guest than this man. My name is Zac Green, and this is the one and only Bobby the King Green. He is joining me today to talk about his upcoming fight against Iaquinta at UFC 268. How are you, my man?
I'm great. I'm great. I couldn't be better.
Good, good. You seem pretty chill, relaxed. So how was training just now?
Just finished my strength and conditioning, so making sure that I don't let anybody beat me on the numbers. If you look at any one of my fights, nobody beats me on the numbers, and so just making sure that I'm tip top and ready to go.
Nice, and we'll talk about obviously your last fight was against Rafael Fiziev. That was a crazy one. Does those sort of fights do any more extra damage on your body, or is it just kind of like the same recovery process as usual for you?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a great question, bro. With Raphael, I feel fine. Uh, it went great. He was doing some interesting things in there that I learned from. I don't want to tell anything
Hmm.
that he was doing. But I feel like as I keep getting older, I keep learning more about fighting. And so I learned some real valuable lessons in that fight with him. Um, but yeah, it was a great fight. He fucking came out, he did his thing. I did mine. We got fight of the night. Oh, I think it's like half of my fights I've gotten fight of the night. So it's speaking for itself. The bosses love my shit. They said, hey, come back and do it again. Here I am on the biggest show, the biggest stage of the year.
There you go. And as you said, it was a great fight. And obviously, your next fight, Ally Quinta, he's a top guy. Hasn't fought in a while, but and you mentioned you've got great fights, lots of fight of the nights. Is there pressure for you to put on another great fight performance for your next one, or you're just relaxed about it, you just see how it goes?
Is it pressure?
Hmm.
I felt like if you watch back some of my fights, I got fight at night a lot of times. But or if I didn't get it, I was pretty damn close. But I'm just doing me. I don't worry about those things. I don't really trip and care too much about those things. No pressure at all. I'm doing me. When I hit behind those curtains, I'm gonna break the crowd out. I'm gonna get them fucking riled up, and here we go. It's a fucking war.
Exactly, and obviously the stage you're fighting on is a bloody great one. I must say myself, Madison Square Garden in New York. What does that mean to you fighting there?
Fuck, it's an honor. It's an honor. And why? Because my favorite fighter, Muhammad Ali, fought there, and so I get to walk in his same footsteps
Hmm.
and do some of the same things that he got to do. So I think that's dope to be on me. Like, because I'm a true Ali fan. I think he's the greatest. And I feel like I'm the reincarnation without all the bullshit. I'm the next Ali. So let's put it that way.
Do you think maybe with that in mind, walking out to Madison Square Garden, we could see a Muhammad Ali inspired walkout?
Uh, no, I don't copy people. I don't do anything that someone else is doing. Like, I just don't want to be like the normal. You can't copy somebody. That's like, some people call it flattery, but no, some people call that shit like a poser. You're a copy or you're fucking what's that shit called? Like, I'm not an actor. So no, I'm not gonna try to do somebody else's shit.
Fair enough. And obviously, that'd be fighting over on the East Coast. You're a West Coast guy. I don't know if you've been to the New York, the East Coast before, but what's the food like? I mean, do you prefer the West Coast food, or what's the East Coast scene like there for food?
I haven't been to the East Coast yet. This is gonna be my first.
Ooh.
So I'm interested in getting some fucking pizza. I
Yeah.
hear they have great pizza out there. Bro, I'm gonna eat my ass off. So if any New York fans see me, hit me up in my DMs. Tell me all the great restaurants. Tell me where I should be at to go find the scene. I want some great ass pasta. I want some fucking pizza and some sushi.
Is that the thing you most look forward to after a fight's done? Just what that pre-fight, post-fight meal is going to be?
Nah, be keep it real with you. After a fight, I'm looking to find my fans, looking to find my buddies that I'm gonna make some new buddies out in a new place. So I definitely look more for that. I'm looking for my first blunt I'm gonna smoke and fucking chat it up with somebody, and see what they thought of the fight. You know what I mean? So have a smoke and say, hey, what'd you think about the fight? Thank you for having me and shit like that.
I love to see it, man. And obviously, as I mentioned, you're fighting Iaquinta. He looks like a strong, tough guy. He hasn't fought since 2019. He's had one grappling bout, I think, which he lost that. But does that tell you anything about him, or do you think maybe his motivation's lacking a bit, or do you just see it as another fight? You don't look too much into that.
Okay, let's talk Al. Al, I was supposed to fight him before, like 5, 6 years ago. And so with that being said, I just want to see how much he's grown, how much I've grown since his years. And I remember being like 29, young, talking shit. This is when the Kana era was really big, and people like you would have talked that shit. And so I was out there doing a lot of stupid shit, saying a lot of stupid shit. And right after that, I blew my knee out, and I was gone for a year, so I didn't get the fight out. 2 weeks before the fight, I blew my knee out. So this approach for the fight, I wanted to be more respectful, more humble, and understand that what you say, you got to back up. So Al opened his mouth now because maybe he assumed I was going to be the same kid I was back then. I'm not the same guy. And so he started saying, oh, I'm going to beat him with a flawless victory. You know what flawless victory is?
More combat.
Mortal Kombat. That's in a fucking video game, okay? It's in a fucking video game. This ain't no video game, bro. This ain't no games. And what I want to tell Al, if you're listening, whatever you say with this mouth, you got to back it up. You got to back that shit up. So I have to make sure I don't say shit but this. There's no quitting me, okay? There's no quitting me. That's one. Two, I make any guy I've ever fought in, I make them miss. They miss more than they've ever missed in their fucking lives. They're fucking throwing punches and they're not fucking landing. Three, only one person did it flawlessly, Dustin Poirier. And he still got touched. But flawlessly, you got to back that up. Your tongue gonna dig your grave. With that tongue, you running around saying that shit, you're gonna dig your grave. So you should be more humble. Um, and now that he said that, like, you gotta back it up. I don't. This is what I do. I do me. And so I want to see this flawless victory. And like I want to see this video game stuff and show me this new guy. Um, all I can rely on is myself and what I do. What I do, I go in, I go to war, I don't quit, I don't stop, I don't break. I know that for sure. Those are things about me. There's been one person in our entire division to make me stop. And then he didn't even really stop me. He put me down once, I got back up and fought again. He put me down twice. I was going to get back up again, but the ref said, hey, you are done. Okay? There's no quitting me. You got to kill me. And I hope Al understands that maybe you're not paying attention, maybe you're not sure, but nobody has really beat me except for Dustin. You can say these stupid decisions, and each one of those decisions, I guarantee you show me one person that says that I lost, you can find another person that said I won. There's nobody that's gonna go and say I got my ass kicked. I never had my ass kicked, okay? That's happened one time in 40 fights. But now you have to prove it. You hear me out? You have to prove it and do something that nobody's done. Is a flawlessly come in there and not be touched and walk out with no bruises. That's gonna be fucking nuts. But you said it. Now I'm gonna have to bring it.
I love it, man. The intensity. I mean, do you think that obviously he has such a well-known side hustle as being a real estate agent? Do you think that gets in the way of his fighting and training, or he's able to decide?
You can't judge a character by that because I got two houses myself. I dip and dab in real estate too. I do a lot of other things besides fighting. And so it has not affected my career at all. As a matter of fact, mine got better. So I wouldn't say that it would, and I'm not judging out on anything he's done in the past. People watch my fights and they go, "Oh, he fights like this." What you don't understand is I'm fighting that person on that day, that day. It's not like I studied your tapes and I realized, oh, he does this and does this. Yeah, I watched your tapes, but that doesn't mean you're gonna fight that way that day. You
Mm.
know, I call it like a quarterback. Like I get out there and maybe my coach maybe the game plan was come out with a bunch of punches or take the guy down. Those were the intentions. When I get out there and I see the field, I go, nah, call audible. No, we're gonna change the line. We're not doing that. Hey, get over here. We're gonna do this like this. Oh, coach, I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna do it like this. You don't see what he's doing. He's doing this. We're gonna switch it. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do it like this. And then we'll go back in the corner. I'm like, hey, I got it. See, he's doing this, but coach, he's doing this. Okay, I want you to do this. Okay, cool. And then that's it. We changed the whole game plan on the fly. And a lot of guys can't do that. We change the game plan on the fly. I'm not tripping. Whatever you bring is whatever you bring that day. I don't care about the old past. He's trying to think that like I think I'm somebody and I'm judging anything about what he's done. No. When you come that night, that's the guy I'll be judging.
I love it. And obviously, you're going into his neck of the woods. He's a New York guy. I feel like New York's quite a hostile crowd there, very vocal. Are you excited for that as well? I mean, are you like, do you feel like you're going to get booed, or do you feel like the fans are going to warm up to you after like Rocky, where they boo you at the start and then they love you when the fight's over?
All my fights, I had to go in someone's backyard and fight the hometown boy. And in all my fights, I've heard one where they chanted my name. And that was my last fight.
Hmm.
And I didn't expect it. They were going, Bobby, Bobby. And I'm like, I thought it was gonna be a bunch of Russians supporting Rafael, you know? Um, so I'm so used to not being the guy. I'm so used to nobody giving a fuck about me. Nobody cares. I'm there by myself. Not even my family is there. Okay. You can't break me with the booze and the like. I've been in Brazil fighting Brazilian, and they were chanting "Kill this nigga," you know, or whatever they say in Brazil, you know, in Brazilian. There's no that comes with this shit, you know. Come with it. You're talking to a kid who has had nothing, okay? Who I've had nothing. I've been in on the streets. I've been poor. I've slept out of cars. I slept in fields. I've ate people's crumbs. I slept on people's couches. There's nothing you can do to break me. So if there's gonna be a tense crowd, cool. That's what you guys gonna do. Hate on me, cool. But I will tell you this: every one of those fights, there's always 10 fans that found me and said, "Listen, I didn't like you. I didn't know you. I didn't want to hear anything about you. But when you started fighting, there was something about you that just started to fucking get me. They saw my heart out there. And that's really at the end of the day, I'm gonna put my heart out there and real recognize real, you know? And those guys that find me, man, we're fans now. We didn't like you, but we're fans now. Oh, cool. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. That's cool. That's what's up, you know? And that's what it is. So I'm so used to a hostile environment.
I love it, man. And I saw recently on your Instagram, I was having a look today, why not? And I saw that you posted you with your daughter. She came in, little bring your daughter to work day, and that's looked really cute. If she ever got wanted to become an MMA fighter, what would your thoughts be on that?
If my daughter Izzy wanted to be a freaking UFC fighter, I would push her to do it. I actually think that out of all my kids, she's got it the most. She's got that fire, you know. She'll be hitting the bag and she'll be slipping and dipping, you know, and then come back and rip it. She's got the most potential to be the fighter, you know. I really don't want her to. I don't want to see what parent would want to see their kid go through what I've been through, but it's her choice. If that's something she wanted, I get behind her 100%. And I guarantee you, if she did, she'd be the next Ronda Rousey.
I think I saw on her Instagram. I think it was her. You showed her with the pad. She looked like she's got some hands. She could definitely beat me in a fight. That's for sure, man.
Just from watching, she kept watching. She's been there since the beginning. And then next, you know, she wants to try it, little things, you know, and it's gravitating to her more than any of my other children. So I don't know. I could possibly see that in her future. I could. She's strong as shit. She's athletic. She's fast. She could be a monster.
It's great to see that because, fighting, it's no longer taboo. It's really mainstream now. People love it. Do you think it's important for your kids to see, like, you as a fighter, you like bring them into that world, you show them like about what you do? Do you feel like that's important for their character to see that?
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. I definitely do. I think that if you don't, they might not understand what it is that you go through, you know? And so I'll put them on the bags and they'll start getting tired. I'll go, hey, I know you got to push through it. So it teaches so much discipline. And for them to see me and me not quit, it gives them more fire to not quit and understand their tools better, you know, understand their mind better. So it's a privilege and it's an honor to have my kids in the gym whenever they do.
I love to hear it. And I see like you've got a cool beard. You've always had a cool beard, just way better than mine. Obviously, mine's is still growing. I noticed obviously you used to do the spikes, you used to do some cool patterns, and I've got to know the story behind that when you started to, do your own patterns and everything.
I've been doing that since the beginning of my career, bro. One day I was in the bathroom fucking around. I always cut my own hair and shit, you know, when I had hair. Now I just fucking put this tattoo on it and shit. But when I would cut my hair and shit, one day I was messing around. I was like, it's kind of interesting, you know? And I kind of fell into it. I ain't gonna lie, I just fell into it. And I'm gonna do my beard the same way. Everybody knows that's my war paint, you know? Instead of doing a whole bunch of crazy shit like the Indians put on war paint and stuff like that, I just cut my beard and they know it's time for wartime, you know? So I grew it out this time a little bit more to make it a little more defined and make sure that it sticks out better. And I'll be ready to cut it when it comes fight time.
I love it. Have you ever seen in the WWE Jeff Hardy's beard styles, and what do you think of those?
I've been kind of compared to the guy, you know? My thing is this. I've been doing this since the beginning of my career. Okay. Shout out to Izzy or Israel Adesanya, you know, who he got the idea. Is from the moment I come back from behind the curtains, I want it to be almost like WWF. And the idea like they have great entrances, you know? But the problem is that shit's fake. So yeah, you can get behind, you know, oh, the fireworks and all that's just dope. But then when you get in the cage and you see them, ugh, you're like, oh, that wasn't a hit, you know? And you find out that the chairs are really foil, and then you find out the tables are sawdust, and you find out they learn how to land on their slams. You go, oh fuck, it's fake. So for me, it was bringing that type of energy to MMA, where it's a show from the get go, from I hit that curtain to the time I leave the curtain, it's a fucking show. And then I'm gonna get out there and put on a fucking war for you guys, and you guys are gonna love it all. Hopefully, you know.
Great to hear. And obviously, we'd mentioned before, obviously, your last name is Green. My last name is Green. There are a lot of people out there in the world called Green, famous actors, sports people. And I've got to know, is there any Green that is your favorite?
Or I'm gonna tell you a story. Green. I am the only green. Okay. When I mean that, I'm saying that my brothers and sisters are not greens. My mom isn't a green. My dad isn't a green. My mom decided to name me Green after someone else. My dad's last name is Davis. Hers was Scott, and she decided to name me Green. My other family got Davis and Scott, and they got their own names and stuff after their fathers, you know. So I'm the only Green. So
Wow.
when it symbolized for me is making a legacy, you know, making a legacy and being something different. So I wanted to start Green and push it my own way, but I'm the only Green. Now I'm sorry, what was your question, sir?
There's a lot of famous people with the last name is Green. And I've got to know, is there anyone who's your favorite out of that, whether a sports personality or an actor, a singer?
Hmm. I think I'll say AC Green, is it?
Who's
I
that?
think it's an AC Green. Like I think I don't know greens. I don't know any
You've got
greens, you
Danny
know.
Green, you've got Draymond Green,
Oh,
CeeLo
wait a minute.
Green.
Wait a minute. That's right. Draymond. I forgot
Yeah,
about Draymond. I fuck with Draymond. I like
you have
Draymond.
to
Draymond's
get.
dope. I actually got his jersey in my closet. So yeah,
Really?
Draymond Green.
You
Draymond
are
Green.
you a Warriors fan then?
Yeah, yeah.
Big
I fuck
game
with
tonight
Draymond.
with the Lakers. What's your thoughts?
What you say?
What big game tonight with the Lakers at the Staples Center? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm a Lakers fan. You know, I'm
Wow.
anything California. I'm a Lakers fan. And so I'm always gonna root for my team, LA. Um, I would love to see, we get the right team behind us, for LA. We get the right guys. We just lost to fucking who
Everyone.
was it? The Suns. The
Yes.
Suns kicked our asses. So I was pissed about that, but
And last question I have to ask. I love asking this question. It's my favorite thing. There are many fighting arenas, past or present, that are really famous and people have loved electric atmospheres, all of that. Madison Square Garden is one of them. But if you had to fight 2,000 years ago in the Colosseum as a gladiator, what would your weapon of choice be and why?
if I had a weapon, man, interesting. A weapon. That's the kind of reason I joined fighting is because like um I don't like gangsters, even though they call me the gangster, Rafael's making it even more famous now. Now ever since Rafael, everybody calls me the gangster. Uh I don't believe in weapons. So if I had my choice, I would still got out there with these and to show that these are my weapons. I feel like you're a coward if you need a weapon. You should be able to take a man with your bare hands. That's real man shit. Is to grab you with my bare hands and make you submit, make you quit, break you with my bare hands. So I wouldn't have a weapon. He'd have a fucking big ass axe and I'd have to know how to
Start your
dismantle
move,
that and
man.
do my thing. I wouldn't have no weapon at all. It'd be just me and these.
I love it. And thank you so much for today, Bobby. I wish you the best of luck in your fight. And if there's anything you want to shout out, say, then the floor is yours.
Oh man, I just want to thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, bro, I don't do interviews. And I told you the same thing. I don't do interviews. I don't really speak that much. A lot of people hate on me and but why is he like this? I'm not black enough. I'm not white enough, and I don't get mixed up in the bullshit. For me, I just willing to say I'm kind of private. I'm kind of like in the shadows. I really don't do interviews unless the UFC makes me or somebody pays me. And you paid me, so you got my attention, and here I am.
Thank you.
So thank you for supporting me because that told me that your job is important. That's important to you is that if you're willing to pay for something, you're willing to make it. That's what it's gonna take to make it, bro. You're gonna make it. You're willing to do whatever fuck you do. I had a lot of guys hit me up and I go, oh, I don't really do them, but if you shoot something my way, maybe I'll do it for you. And they go, oh, thanks for okay. You're not that serious about your shit. You're not that serious because I was willing to die for whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And if that meant I had to come with some money, then fuck it, I have to come with some money to be great.